Okay. I must be live. Yes, that's the bot. Let's go. Okay, well. Fucking hate the new Twitch, man. Okay, welcome. Welcome. Since until whatever. We are live from our new setup, the what we call the Arch setup. Back with day 16, which I believe we did an update, clearly. So back in business, I already read this. Essentially, this is what's it called? This would be a maid's a maid solving algorithm. Also, I have a little bit of I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm gonna talk less than usual. Let's go to day 15. Copy the template into day 16. Back to 16. Make the input and run one. Wait. It fixed this problem. Okay. Now, that being said, let's work it out. So I immediately thought about going straight up to Dijkstra. Because this is supposed to be, so find the shortest path between A and B. And yeah, I'm gonna copy this inside my editor. Perhaps remove a bunch of stuff. Like, I'd probably even be better off if I, of course not like that, but there you go. Now that's great. So we obviously first would want the to do like that. And we obviously will get a let map, which would be a vec. All right. Okay, there he comes. So my map, there it is. Now we I guess I can read it straight up. I don't need to do. Well, maybe I need to get the starting point and the ending point, but that's not even that important because I need the starting point, that's for sure. Yeah, let's just save the start. And that would be, I guess I'm bringing up the coordinates from my day 15. Also direction, as per usual. Very well. At this point, we can work it out. Then the next stuff that I need is to work it out. So that's TMP equals start and She enter. Okay, start. Exit. My TMP is obviously going to be a vec for L in line that, well, I can just say line. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so I don't want to actually speak way too much. It'll be like a little bit silent stream. So temporary push my value, which is my L. We push it regardless, but we also check if L is equal to S. There's also J. Hold up, can't make it to iterator. Oh, chars, right. Hey, you want chars for string, I think. Yes, null, thanks. Forgot about that part. So well, this would be a starting point. No, I believe that the ending point I don't quite need because I will check for it. I mean, might as well not. It's not that big of a deal, so I can just check it up. Then end would exit would equal core of EJ. Okay, I did it with I64s. I can't quite remember why. So I'm gonna argument structs are incorrect. And naturally map.push TMP. Man, map is immutable, of course. All the trick. Can't program Rust for 2 days and I can't remember shit. Alright, we would print it out because why not? Actually, let's make the pretty print. That's pretty useful always. So the map should be a vec of char. And for line in map, for L in line, print L, print ln. I don't know why my analyzer here looks like it behaves a little bit better, because I remember that I don't think, maybe it was because of the version, but when I went like back, or it's because I selected, so if I go like here, oh, they fixed this, because usually when I got up here to choose, it will type out the dots. So that's pretty nice. Okay, let's pretty print my map. Obviously, the pointer's my map. Run it up. Okay, at this point, all of this bottom, God damn it, all of this boilerplate is kinda easy to write. Son of a bitch. Okay, so speaking of Dijkstra, I have it over here. Now for each vertex V in graph of vertices, distance infinity, previous undefined. Okay. Add V to Q. So you would want a stack, okay, or a queue. The distance of source is 0, while Q is not empty. EU vertex is in Q minimum distance. Remove EU from Q. From each neighbor V of U still in Q. Wait, what's alt? Alt distance U pro graph edges U view. If alt is less than distance V, is V equals alt prev equals U. Return dist prev. Doesn't quite, let's chat GPT it. Doesn't quite. But let's also log in, because I keep a little bit of history. Well, no. How was your New Year? Or how are you doing in general? Give me Dijkstra pseudocode. This source is set to 0. All are infinite, and priority queue used to manage the nodes based on their current shortest distance. Main loop. Extract the node with the smallest distance from the priority queue. For each neighbor you calculate new distance. So pretty good. Right at the end of the cache right now. Oh, that's great. You did the long one up until the what's on 6? Don't know how you say it in English. Okay, that's not Epiphany. What the heck wasn't it? Okay, the Epiphany. I finished all of mine before New Year's Eve, so I only got to do from Christmas, say, up till New Year's Eve. Also worked on the last one of the year. Not a smart decision, but what happens. I don't mind that much working. I'm still young, so I'm not too bored out. To extract the node with the smallest distance, for each VU, calculate the potential new distance. If the new distance is shorter than the current known distance, update. When the priority queue is empty, all shortest path from the distance be returned. Okay. Then kinda get it. So this array of sides V with all values set to infinity. Distance V would be how many nodes there are. So should be lem plus len, or actually len times lem. Array of set v with all values set to null. Okay, distance source is 0. Priority queue empty priority. My mom come show me the acid reflux medicine. A friend of hers bought two instead of one and was like, "Do you need them?" And damn, do we do. I've been dealing with reflux since school. Started with stress, never really stopped. One of those things that I just live with. Annoying as heck because mostly because of the breath. I don't feel it too much, but sometimes my breath is shit. It's not like because I don't brush my teeth, but because from the stomach you feel the acid. My palette is not empty. Okay, palette insert source and distance. Okay. So for each vertex, distance infinity rev v. Okay, yeah, so I need to make an array as big as the vertices and set what would be infinity. Does rest have infinity? Wait, I believe there's a max. I remember it being a UX. There it is. That's a U32. But I would suppose there's also somewhere else. So function Dijkstra. This will take the map and the source, which would be a coordinate. For now it returns nothing, but we will deal with that back. We'll deal with that later. Okay. Anyway, by this point, for each vertices, I would want to define the infinity and the priv and set up the queue. So let mutable queue. Ciao, mom. Be a vec of coordinates. So remake the loop. Wait, we need more be dist and rev. All this will be sizes for line in map dot iter dot enumerate. Okay. And this I don't know if this even need a super complicated approach because I don't think it's really a maze. There's only one path. Good morning. Hey, Eldin. Because it's really a maze, there's only one path. Well, I need to get the least distance. So I believe that you need either the extra or I see people on the subreddit talking about a star. Which is basically this. Because one way that I thought about it, it's being one way that I thought about it is iterating over each path and calculating its distance, and then doing a minimum value, but I can't quite visualize it because every time I get with iteration, yeah, because there aren't any branches, that is overkill. Like basically any pathfinding algorithm beyond BFS or DFS is probably overkill. You're probably right. Yeah, I guess I'm overdoing it. Also because right now I'm stoned, so I also probably don't even have the capacity to get back to Dijkstra. Too bad we'll get the chance later to do it. So I need the DFS with like a DFS any solution, and every time I get here I just push it up. Or wait, no, I'm thinking of a different day. Yeah, I was trying to think about it, but the problem is that the DFS don't guarantee me how do I get over here. You know, this one is well, it's not a maze per se. I think the maze is the next day, 17. Yeah, I'm not reading that, but I believe there's a maze somewhere else. But this is substantially a maze. And I believe that most people did some sort of that. Like this one looks like Dijkstra to me. Or maze stuff. Or wait, I think it's a different day. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Problem is that basically how BFS would work here. Yeah, okay, it's A star, it's your best bet. Failing that, BFS is fine. Remember the puzzle, but not which day one goes with. Is this 16? But actually, let's check this out. This star, because I never actually used it, so it wasn't taught in college. BFS is sufficient for day 16. Oh, is it? Interesting. But I would be worthwhile. I think I'm gonna do a star because I never implemented it. So it's not bad to know. Informed search algorithm, or a best find search, meaning that it's formatted in terms of weighted graph. Okay. Particular specific node of a graph. My understanding that A star is basically easier and more focused Dijkstra. Go having the smallest cost, thus by maintaining a tree of path origin. Oh. Digitation A star needs to determine which of its path to extend. Thus, based on the cost of the path and estimate the cost required. So specifically, A star selects the path that minimizes Fn equals Gn Hn, where n is the next node of the path, Gn is the cost of the path from the start node to n, and Hn is a heuristic function that estimates the cost of the cheapest path from n to the goal. Okay, sounds good. Oh, there it is. A star is granted to find an optimal path without processing any more nodes than once, and A star is equivalent to running Dijkstra with a reduced cost. Okay, so this is a variation on Dijkstra. This is not kind of a pseudocode, this looks more like code, but let's try it out. So back over here. Or maybe not. Reconstruct path. Came from, which I guess is a coordinate. And current, which I guess is also a coordinate. Says more performant than Dijkstra, and if your heuristic is good, we'll always find the shortest path. Oh. Interesting. Lovely. A good day to learn some stuff. Okay, total path is current. While current came from dot keys. Okay, no. What the fuck is happening here? Current came from current. Total path, prepend current, return total path. So this is an array of weights. So a vec of few sides. Total path. Okay. Well, current came from keys. Came from that keys. So this is a hash. Hash of what? Probably should read the party and so from the start to goal. H is the heuristic function. Estimates the cost to reach goal from node n. Okay. So start goal H. H. In the set of discovered nodes, they might need to be re-expanded. Initially, only the start node is known. This is usually implemented as a min heap or priority queue rather than a hash set. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so priority queue would be always in order queue. So basically I just insert and sort. Fair. Okay. Function A star. Goal coordinate and H. Okay. So let open set would be a back. Wait a second. So the open set of the start, this would be 0. We push 0. Oh, okay. So I know where I came from here. And I can, well, I don't need to sort it over here, but fine. For node n, came from n is the node immediately predecessing it on cheapest path from the start to n currently known. Empty map. Okay, because I need to know where we came from and the value. Like, if I don't add anything to the came from, like, if this is only one node, I can just make it as a tuple. For node n, just calculate the known cost of the cheapest path from the start to n. For node of score, a score represents our current guess. Okay, let's try to GPTs. Show me pseudocode and explain a star. Okay, this is bar for bar from there. Contains the start node that tracks tracks nodes to be evaluated, prioritized by the F score. Okay, so this is a VEC, and that's fine. Came from maps each node to its list node among the most efficient known path. Okay, so this needs to be an hash. So I would go with priority containing start with 0. Came from empty map. Let buffer mutable, I guess. Came from hash map. So the hash map would be a coordinate and the use size, because this would be the shortest possible path. G-score starts with the cost from node. Again, what it does. G-score map with default value infinity. F-score map with default value infinity. Okay. G-score start. So G-score graph. Still need entry. I believe it's entry. Okay. Map.entry start. Oh, my bad. Should be easy to fix. You just say equal and hash. There you go with you. Okay. Okay, entry start. I don't believe we modify it, but we default it. We start 0. So Topak. Well, I guess I know it's empty, so I can just insert. Okay. Then I do the F score, which uses the heuristic. Estimate cost from the current node to the goal. This function must be admissible. It never overestimate the cost. Okay, so I need to do the heuristic function. Heuristic is this case being a Manhattan distance to the goal, I'd say. Manhattan distance. Oh, okay, so distance between 2 points. It had a name. Yeah, it's x1 minus x2 plus x1 minus x2. Makes sense. Makes sense. But I don't actually need to pass as an argument. That seems silly. Function heuristic. And the heuristic would take in, goddammit, would take in neighbor and goal. Goddammit, neighbor, my coordinate, and goal also coordinate. All right. And that being said, I can just say that everything, basically just get the distance between the two. And that would be my heuristic. Sounds fine. We return the U sides. So actually I don't even need to let it. I'm gonna say I can just subtract them and add them, right? Because it's x1 minus x2 plus x1 minus x2. The simplest way would be neighbor minus goal and tmp dot 0 plus tmp dot 1 abs, or rather abs of this. Oh yeah. But the problem is, as per usual, this could be problematic if I subtract them. But let e equals -5 and say if you say abs. Okay. So let's do it like that. Neighbor dot 0 minus goal dot 0 as I64 plus neighbor dot, no, this is already not good, but rather I'm gonna A64 both of them. Plus the same thing but with a 1. Okay. And now I can abs this. As usize. This looks so stupid, but this should do. Okay, so minimal distance between 2 points, and that's what I insert here. Heuristic of start and goal. Looks good. Back to the specification. So I got the heuristic, that's great. F score, heuristic start and goal. While open set is not empty, classic, while open set is empty, current extract min. So current would be this isn't how that would be, but I guess I can just say open set at sort and remove the first one. Okay. If current is goal, return reconstruct path. Okay. if current is goal, reconstruct path, current goal. No, came from current. I didn't define any of this. Came from is an empty map, yeah. And current is a simple node. Okay, looking good. Oh, well, open map is not empty. Oh, dude, you didn't bring the coffee today. So let's do the let's get the reconstruct path done and then maybe drink a coffee because I definitely need it today. Alright, I don't have coffee in house. Feels bad. But I do have some coffee in Metropolis. Was addicted to coffee at some point. I mean, probably most people went. Can also grab some water. Okay, total path is current. So it's a vec with the current. Okay. So current is came from current. Okay, so take the value of the key, or I guess I can just push the values here. Sounds about right. No, it isn't right. I'm supposed to push this. Very well. The fuck is now? Okay, current the node in open set having the lowest F score. Okay, damn. So now this. Okay, this doesn't work. What is my came from? Open set. The set of discovered nodes that may need to be re-expanded. Initially only starts with this usually meant as mean heap queue or priority queue rather than hash set. Okay, but how is this kappa queue if these are coordinates? At this point, this is back to being a coordinate. This is also a coordinate. Also, I believe that now I fucked up. Okay, so at least I know what I return. This is my... Basically, this is my shortest path. Okay. Which neighbor of current? Tentative G-score current plus D current neighbors. If tentative G-score is less than G-score, okay, so there's a lot of opposite is empty, but goal was never reached. Okay, so it's fine to return it as a empty vec, okay? So GPT actually doesn't give me a correct one. Amazing. Got this. Got the implement. The G-score, the F-score. In the end, is the open set having the lowest F-score? Okay, for each neighbor of current. Okay. The fuck now? Very well. At this point. That would be the oldest one. I can't move in diagonal. So that's good. Let up equal... okay, I need to remember that I can't... Well, actually I don't go overflow because I have a padding. So that's good. Okay. Let up equals current. Plus... So we're going up, so it's a -1, 0. Then down is a +1, 0. Left is -1. Right is +1. Of course, how can I forget? And this is not a U sides. Fuck off. Okay, very well. This point, actually, I should have pushed this inside. Possible neighbors. Change up tier. Fuck. Change tier here. We go possible neighbors dot push. And we go this and then, god damn it. And then we go here. So that should work. Didn't. Okay. For name possible neighbors. Let mute neighbors. Probably if nay is equal to dot, then we can push neighbor. Actually, if map of nay, god damn it, nay dot 0, nay dot 1. Okay. Let's return this. Wait a second. Amazing. All right. So for each neighbor of neighbor, so for nay, okay, for nay neighbors, d current is the weight of the edge from current to neighbor. Tentative G scores the distance from the start to the neighbor through current. Okay. The tentative score BG score dot get current plus the distance between print and neighbor and name. Now the distance will be either 1 or 1000, but to understand 1 or 1000 you need to know the one beforehand. So this is getting weird. I guess I can know the one before again because I have them stored somewhere. Wasn't them stored from came from? But came from is not ordered. Okay, so wait a second. I don't have I don't have the previous one. I get the current, I get the neighbor, but I need to know also the previous. This isn't ordered, so how do I get the previous exactly? Empty up. Guess I'm gonna check the previous. Not gonna lie, this algorithm is stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So the code comes from the set. Is there any way that I use the came from? I guess I can search for my prev inside of here. That's the only way that I think about it. Because well, I can't do that because at the end of the day, there's a problem that if I'm in a corner, I can have two that look like previous. I would have to check it out. When do I push it inside here? Let's say something like let prev equals I can get current nay and prev. God damn it. At least the caffeine is working, so I'm feeling slightly more tuned. So prev chord, there you go. Okay, at this point, if prev minus current is equal to current minus nay, but I can get in some overflow. Shouldn't matter at the end of the day. Because even in overflow, it should be equal. Otherwise, I'm going to check it out. So if they're equal, I'm going to return 1. Else, 1000. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so we have the tentative score. If tentative score less than G-score. Oh, also, there's the case in which it starts. So wait, do I always start getting? Do I always move up beforehand? No, facing east. I need to reach the end. Oh, okay. So it starts by moving left. So should I code this information in my neighbors? I think I should. Like the prev is a bad idea. Because I start here with the current, which will be the first one. I would want a direction which starts from left. Gonna pass it here. Well, actually, even here would work, right? Because I can just say I get the current, the neighbor, and the direction. Also want to return it, perhaps. Okay. Okay. At this point, won't I rotate until I find something that matches up? I can loop match. Every time add up the cost for each rotation and +1 it if I match anything, if I match nothing. Something like this. Actually, excuse me a second. I'm gonna check on my servers and be right back. Okay then. At this point, every time if I move at this point I'll say that the first time that I round up should add +1. I think that this is actually destroying my logic. That is be very heavy. I'm gonna try to work this path. If I don't get anything done today, tomorrow I'm just gonna transform it into a graph. And await the graph, and that would be it. Probably help me out a lot. So if any of this match, like an 8 is equal to current plus 1. Newton 1. No, wait, this is not it. I'm gonna have to check which one I match, then change the direction and return how many times I have turned, how long I've turned. Right? If I check, like, if you match, you return 1. Otherwise, I would want to see the actual direction. God damn it. Not actual direction, let this equals 0. Okay. So if I match, nothing. Actually, otherwise I pick the actual direction. Can I check, say, direction? Doesn't look like I can. God damn it. Man, I'm getting my butt kicked here. So let's say that if this way to down is a subtraction, left is a subtraction, and right is a last one. Okay. That being said, if any of these aren't the correct one, no, this doesn't work. How about I just check? Dude, sometimes I really don't like enums. I think I'm gonna do it the other way around. Can I match the... I can subtract them because of the underflow. Because I would want to match these guys. I want to understand what position is this based on the relative position. Now that I know the relative position, I can, based on that, I can just move it enough. Then I check the clock, and then I, based on the clock and based on that, oh my god, it just doesn't get better. Hmm. Otherwise, how would I just say it? I'm just making this boy over here, because now it's just lines. But it can also be a weighted graph. How are these even implemented? Okay, so adjacency matrix. Yeah, I think I just need to implement the matrix in that manner. That would mean that well, even this is not that simple. Let's say that I iterate over this guy. To have a matrix, right? And I start here. So I guess that all of this should be like a bunch of zeros because you don't actually go over here. One, two. But in one, two, well, it depends from where you get. So you don't actually. No, that doesn't work. Okay. The prev isn't very useful. Like let's say the dir next move can be current at 0 as I that it's I64, sure. Minus nade at 0 as I64. All right. And then I can check this, and based on that, I can know the direction. And now I can turn the clock for the direction. Excuse me a second. what we're saying. So if I match this, so the possible directions that I care would be -1, 0, +1, 0, so that's 0, 1, and 0, -1. It's obviously non-exhaustive because it can't possibly be. At this point, now I know in which direction I'm moving. Let's let I remove this, right? Can I go over here? Can I check the direction? Is there like matches? If dir matches direction up, okay, match next move. No, wait, this is going to, yes, if match is direct up, then we mean that this is equal 1. Does this work? Yay. Down, right, and left. Okay. At this point, if this is 0, I can turn it up until I can understand how it goes. So if this is 0, we will loop if matches dir let temporarily dir. You need to know the temporary dir. Okay. So if my distance is 0, I can check if matches dir actual dir. Break. Based on my current one, I can match If it's up, we go right. If it's down, we go left. Not good at direction, so probably will fuck up. Actually, 100% I will fuck up. If it's left, it's up. And if it's right, it's down. Unused Viper actual deer. Fucking. So that won't work. God damn it. Struggle is real. Oh. I wonder why Rust won't do this by default. Sounds like an important fact. Like, I don't know why wouldn't you want to. This is initialized well. Ugh. Hey, Nastya. Welcome. Brother, I know that it isn't initialized, but come on. It's not like I can't return here, but if I return here, I know that it will get upset at me. Because it didn't return. It doesn't. How is your day, night, morning going? Based off where you are. Here it's 8 in the morning. And I'm waking up finally. Oh, so that's the problem. Well, then this should be the any case. Are you happy now? Son of a bitch. I'm gonna be okay. It's 10 a.m. for me, and I just bought some new SSD since one of my old one is staying. I'm gonna switch to the Great. Actually, finally put on a nice new SD. Well, it's not new because it's one of my friends, but he isn't using it. It's about the small one, 128. But I need a new partition. Tried Arch. Actually, this is the first stream on Arch, and yeah, I'm loving it because I used to use the hard disk for my Linux partition, but man, it took like several minutes to load, at least 3. Firefox won't ever open. Now is everything fast, so it actually even it's nicer to just boot and stream instead of booting. Up until now, basically I wake up at around 5:30. I would set up the PC to boot. I'm gonna go, put up the tea and the coffee. I drink both. I know, weird. Come back, put in the password, and then go have breakfast with my mother, and then come back and could stream. It was always so awkward. And since it was basically free, otherwise I would have bought also same and USSD. I charged it too, but for a second drive for work and Windows for gaming and casual stuff. Yeah, basically same. Well, my work mandates Windows, unfortunately, but every type of programming. I used to run Ubuntu, but I figured that at the end of the day, since I'm running stuff like i3 or Zwei, I would always what would it be? Since I run i3 and Zwei and stuff like that, you always get a half broken system anyway. There's going to be you always will set up a lot of stuff on your way, on your own. And I figured, why would I have to deal with Ubuntu with all of that shit if I still setting up everything myself? Also, by the way, Arch is fast, man. Ubuntu is slow as shit. So I have converted as 2025. Let's see the first time that my system breaks if I'm still the same way, but I have a couple of friends who run Arch from like years, and they usually don't have big problems. I have my key, my live boot always with me, and this time I turned on the backups, so it won't happen last time that when I nuked half of my system. That was funny. I was trying to uninstall NVIDIA drivers, and I imploded basically most of stuff in Arch. Scary issue. Now, is there any way that I can tell my compilers to shut the fuck up and break if actual dir is not initialized? Check if var is initialized Arch. Wait, Rust. Windows is also fast, it just depends on how you set it up. If you're normal gonna gnome desktops in their official personal ISO and install everything, of course it's slow. But it can also be fast if you want it to be. Oh, so if you start a little bit less stuff, should run better. Yeah, I guess I always didn't think about it and just run everything inside. Because I really like Linux, but I never really dig deep. I would start with Arch. Even setting up OBS, man, that was a headache. It took forever. I think it took half a day only to set up the Ubuntu because I now kinda understand how the screen recording works. Kinda. So that's always nice. I guess this is an optional. But yeah, little by little, I'm gonna keep going with the Linux. The speed doesn't matter that much. There's not much difference between Arch, Ubuntu, Debian, or anything. For example, the default Arch is doesn't come with an index pre-installed, while Ubuntu comes with GNOME, so it's much heavier, you know. Yeah, I guess makes sense. Didn't get too much. Didn't think about it too much at the time, but what's specific is the GNOME that's heavy, or there's a lot of like is the part that GNOME has a lot of heavy stuff. So when you boot where you work, there's a lot of stuff, or the GNOME itself is low. That's the thing that I don't necessarily understand. If it's some TMP. But one thing that I want to say that I'm liking very much at the moment is the fact that Arch tends there's an installer or a way to install most of your stuff automatically, and most of it is already at the last version. So a lot of annoying stuff you don't have to deal with. Like specifically one of them is like I really didn't like the fact that in APT NeoVim is at version 0.7 or something. In Archie we're running now like basically the stable one, the latest. So that's amazing. But even simple stuff like fonts, a lot of stuff like in Archie is just there. In Ubuntu would always be this long as annoying as way to install them. It's pretty nice, but it's also a bit heavy, which doesn't matter. Expect the boot time where you put your password in and stuff. But by default comes on service, and this need to start before it does anything. Use this as Arch and just put normal modification on that way faster than wanted booting, like Nyarch and CachyOS. Oh, cool. So at runtime shouldn't be a difference. Then it must be my disk that made it slow. Because now most of stuff is in the SSD. So it just loads faster. Because I ran the hard disk beforehand. I still need to add a little bit more memory if I would start to do videos here. Last time I tried to install DaVinci, didn't have much DaVinci Resolve. My boot times are long because of my RAM, typically AMD thing. No, thank God now it takes like a couple seconds. Also, thanks to Zway, I get even faster. So that's great because Zway would boot everything I need at the beginning, which is well. So for the free version, install DaVinci Resolve. Okay, I'm gonna try to EI it later on and add some memory because I wanted to go back to make videos, especially if I finish this goddamn Advent. Alrighty then. I don't know if this stuff gets me everywhere. But yeah, it's probably done in under 10 seconds by my BIOS checking my memory, and that takes 15 seconds, which is annoying. Do you have like secure boot? Why is your BIOS checking your memory? Okay, the direction is TMP we break, otherwise we match direction, but every time we switch direction, we would also want to add plus 1000. This is a macro. Okay, I need to fix my keyboard. So that's going to be this plus equal 1000. God damn it. Oh well. Very well. However, AMD 5 CPU more than 60 does take a long time while checking and testing your memory before it starts booting. And the more have the longer it takes. M4 and Intel doesn't have that problem. Wow, interesting. So the testing of memory happens every time at boot. Doesn't matter what you run. But I'm guessing AMD 5 has some kind of... Oh, that's an interesting problem. There's some BIOS settings to minimize that, but they don't really work always. Interesting. RAM training very well trains your RAM on boot. This leads to high boot performance. This leads to high... RAM training. Sort of. AMD 5. Interesting. Trains your RAM on boot. This leads to high boot order, but you can simply bypass this. You can enable memory cache in your store near BIOS and use the training, then save the data and use future bits. Once a week or once a week. Damn. Fascinating. Okay, meantime, I believe this does something. Hopefully this does what I think it does. Otherwise, I'm gonna unit test this later on. Okay, but at this point, I need to remember that I actually have to update the direction. So everything still works. Can I deref it? Well. And before we do this, we would want to actually change it. Very well. So now we know the direction where we're heading. Okay, now, after quite some time, I have memory context restore, but sometimes randomly it still does that memory training. Well, yeah, if you saw here, it says that sometimes you would be lost. Hi boys, welcome back. Always nice seeing you. Good morning to you too. We are, so here it said that sometimes PC will lose the training. Which is like, what? What do you mean sometimes it will lose it? Damn, you're making me very fascinated by PCs. You're adding a little bit of you're fueling me to learn more. It is temporary training. Also, it doesn't just randomly drops it, but it will drop it from time to time. Like the dude said, once every week or twice or every 2 weeks. Even the whole concept of training grams sounds so funny. Let's see what my friend tells me about that here. No, ChatGPT. What is RAM training? Me does basically daily. Any change or shutdown will do training or fast training. Oh. So to different concepts depending on the context. Computer science and technology refers to processor, computer motherboards, and BIOS setting optimize the RAM configuration. Involves ensuring that the RAM operates as intended speed, latency, and voltage. Any change or shutdown? It's XMP dynamic profile. Oh, these things here. 2x XMP extreme memory profiles or manual tuning in BIOS allow users to train the system to use RAM more efficiently, especially for overclocking enthusiasts. Okay, so this is basically that sounds like caching on steroids. RAM overclocking. Nah. I don't want to overclock my PC. Weird stuff, man. But interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so at this point we got to the tentative score. Okay, so this is the distance for the next node. The weight of the edge from the current to neighbor. Tentative score is the distance from start to the neighbor. True. Here is not classic overclocking, it's more like RAM is to the RAM the bus speed. So is this for gaming and stuff? Like, or is this for some heavy math calculations? As you can have clock 1 which reads on RAM. It is for all new RAMs. Oh, so that's a new stuff. Damn, hardware stuff. Hardware engineering is always so fascinating. Working with web and simpler stuff. When I see talks about hardware and how they think about all of this, it's amazing. Specs was really overclocking by default. Your RAM doesn't run at the very speed since not every motherboard can handle that. And if you remember it, then you run at the better speed. Make launching games, apps, and more bit faster in the same games even FPS boost. Oh, of course, because you don't know on which motherboard it goes, so you would have to chill down. But this way you don't have to set it manually. I guess it can be fixed if you... Can you set it to a default speed? Like if you know that your board can handle 5000 speed or whatever it is, can you set it to be that so you don't have any problems? So if tentative score is less than G-score of neighbor, okay. Now I got destroyed. Actually, no, because I can just say if tentative score is less than G-score, dot entry name or default usize max. Nope. In BS, there's one simple setting that just sets on and then it changes everything it needs to run speed. It's like 16 MT would be millions transfers seconds. Okay. Or 30. You don't have to do anything manually 90% of the time. I never had any mainboard where this made the issue. Yeah, makes sense. Are you a computer enthusiast or do you work with systems? Because you know a lot of stuff. Okay, so there's the problem. How do I set a default hash map Rust default? Empty is the usual RAM. Many companies write MHD, which would be technically wrong, but they show the speed in empty. Yeah, I was used to MHD. Not that it makes too much sense to me. I just say, hey, this is. I don't work with computers directly, but I love building them. Building my personal rig since more than 2 decades. Yeah, that will do it. I only built one, which is this computer here. Running, I believe, a 260 RTX and an i5. Done this in the good old days, I believe 2018 or something. Right before the AMD revolution. I think that the next gen of AMD was the one that actually surpassed Nvidia. Or Intel. Quite happy with it. I intend to do heavy gaming, but unfortunately, I got fed up with gaming, so it didn't actually work. Hmm. Yeah, like the heaviest thing I ran was Elden Ring, but I got to Malenia and quit. I didn't quit because of Malenia, I just quit because I got bored of Elden Ring. Right now I don't feel too much like tryharding in games. I lost all my tryharding games. Now I actually run a lot. I really like to tryhard on the stream and perhaps later on drawing. This year I will want to use my Sunday as a drawing stream. I'm learning little by little. So because I wish to write a comic book, but at the end of the day, even knowing how to draw would be nice if I ever decide to do a game. So I don't know, Sundays I would run to some drawing. Isn't it bad? Also depends on what price you get. The old i5 and 7 are mostly cheap than the Ryzen, so it's way better. I got nice prices because it was before COVID. So I believe all of my rig, which would be an Asus ASRock motherboard, the E5, and the RTX 260, I got it for about $1,000 in 2018. And it still does its job gracefully. So Arch, Uptime, kernel solution team breeds. Oh, there it is. I'm near Ryzen 9, NVIDIA 4080. Yeah, looks good. Wait, how? Neo Fetch is the stuff. I forget always about this. Neo Fetch. Don't have it. Ouch, that 460, it hurts. Why? So yeah, it's a i5 96 and RTX 260. Manufacturer MicroStar Co. LD product name MC. Is it that expensive now? I haven't looked at the build for a long time. Yeah, no, well, this looks fine. What are we up? What's the 480 now? Nowadays should be like insane. God damn, gosh. Not so proud of this motherboard. Jesus fucking guys. This boy is as expensive as my computer. No, I got 1080 back in the day. Actually, I paid for my computer with Quora. I don't know if I have an account anymore. I think I deleted it. But I paid with it with Quora because back in the day, Quora used to actually it still pays you for questions if you're a partner. And to become a partner, you have to have an account of predating account of Quora. And I used to have one in the earlier days, and Squiff my RAMs like a biggest noob. My computer. Oh, you have a blog. Neat. What do you blog or you stream and stuff? Nastian. I love blogging. Have one of mine, write one article. I don't stream, just a small personal site. I'm gonna take a look at the computer. So Ryzen 470 Ti Super. 64 gigabytes of RAM. What are you running for 64 gigabytes of RAM? Do you have like 3 virtual machines at the time? At the same time? I know that Firefox is expensive, but still. Storage 3 Corsair for says 4 terabytes. For all of those legal movies. Corsair, okay, so the airflow and the cooling. Dude, I need to clean my CPU. I opened the PC, but I need to clean the CPU. Haven't touched this phone in 6 years. I've saw that it still stays like for like 30, 40, max 50 degrees, but I probably should clean it after 6 years, probably. Dual boot in Arch Windows 11 Pro. Already upgraded. Did you remove all of that, all of the bullshit? Did you try the bloater? I want to run this when I upgrade to Windows 11. Still haven't done it because I don't have a reason so. Until it works nice, I'm gonna keep it up. Zen browser. Oh, don't know what this is. The big custom mode? Okay, so it's a super custom mode stuff. Kind of like Vivaldi. Looks slick. I came back to after I did some random out to check some browsers, but I come back to I will never use any browser script except CTTWin. Oh, what's that? So why is that? You don't trust them? My monitor, Alienware, slick. I do actually need a monitor. At the moment, I don't have any. Well, this is too expensive for my for my current finance. But some sort of this 27 looks like a nice deal. Jesus, Sky 360 Hz. God damn it. Okay, now your rig starting to make sense. I need the arm, man. I need specific one of those arms because my drawing tablet at the moment sits over here. And I wish to have an arm to move it a little bit more. Also, so I can move it away when I'm not doing that. Man, you have a lot of technology. This is your personal website. Neat. Russian, there you go. I know a little bit of Russian. Because I'm from Moldavia, so I used to speak native one. Now I can just say some stupid stuff like Я не очень хорош говорить русский. Okay. So Mr. Worldwide, speaking a little bit of Russian, Moldavian, Romanian, Italian. But to push to forgive it. Damn, dude. Bunch of stuff. By the way, looks slick your stuff, so let me follow you up. You don't have anything on GitHub. Too bad. Oh, you have a YouTube though. With Call of Duty. Nice. Okay, so this detour took a while. Let's back to focus a little bit. the stuff that I was trying to look up. So here. I got up until the tentative. My GitHub is dead as fuck. Motherboard limit supposed to lazy do any projects. I should try. It's very late. You get lazy at the beginning, but after a while, I got pumped up. If you want to check mine, I actually have some projects there. Well, just because in my prospect, I want to be able to tell the companies, dude, don't make me do a bespoke React project. Just you want a project, you go to my GitHub. Like I wish I'm not. I don't. What do you say? I'm not firm enough as a person. So I wish to learn and start to be like that, and tell the people, man, you want me to do a project in 2 weeks? Just get in here. Here's my GitHub. Here's my website with my project. Go try see it. Then you come back to me. Don't do stuff like that. Don't. Well, it feels better. Haven't had too much issue finding jobs like now, but I wish to work on Europe later on. The CPU spec is 15, so anyway, your builds are both way better than mine. Thankfully, I'm not running anything heavy out for now. Hope to not get back in gaming soon. Yeah, tentative G score, current score. Is tentative G score, this path to name is better than any previous one recorded. Oh, right. I was trying to do this. So G score of neighbors. I was trying to say set default value for hash map patch Rust. Guess I'm gonna have to insert it here. So let tmp equals or rather what's the one that I'm looking at? That doesn't matter, just save speed where it should be worked on docs your RAM Xbox, which so it would be my Oswalds are populated by 16s. Lots of RAM, guys. Well, I guess ice makes sense because remember you work on system, so I guess you are used to look to have a lot of what's it called? A lot of virtual machines. Or at least my friend, one that works in systems, he has to run a bunch of them. Yeah, so the map that I was trying to look is so G-score, right? It will be G-score dot entry of the current or insert choose the entry by inserting the default value if generators. What does this default mean? Rust API talk. Hash map. Rust or default. Based on your value specs, you can only run maximum feature. All sorts of populate. What exactly RAM do you have? Or default. I think for giving a type a useful default value. Sometimes you want to fall back some kind of default value, no particular care. You know, sucks to find like that. How can you use some defaults? You can use default. So can I set a default for I sort of use sides? Can I just defaulted somehow. Because now I'm running a usides. Set default for usides first. Oh, I need to make my type and default that. Make all defaults value. Remember default for previous primitive types. If you want to override a particular option, but still retain default. I see. I don't want to do that. Okay, sitting here, let the map, not actually, gscore means the limit. Hey guys, you have fun. I tried to pick up, but I don't quite understand what's going on over there. Actually, let me check on my servers again. Okay, don't care about the default. Let's do it like this. So gscore dot entry current dot or insert, and here we will insert usides max. New code should refer to the max value, returns the largest value. There you go. So this would be our infinity. Good. At this point, I can say if tentative score is less than gscore get current unwrap, I sure know that there's something, or rather neighbor. Wait, this is not current, this is name, and this is name. Ram, and I know it's wrong. By the way, funny story is dispatch expected code file to consider borrowing. I'm borrowing. Mismatch usides. Consider doing this. There you go. By the way, funny story, not that funny to me at the time, but funny now. I bought an MSI motherboard, which was compatible with my i5. But then when the motherboard came back, I couldn't turn on the PC because its BIOS was not updated enough. So I needed a 7th gen CPU to update it, which I didn't have and any of my friends didn't. Everyone had either 6 or 9. And I had to return it. That was very annoying because I had everything together, couldn't make it work. Tentative score, if it's less than the G score, then came from neighbor equals current. So came from dot entry. Nay insert and modify Wait, doesn't... what the fuck is came from hashmap use sites? I believe that. I used to believe that. Nastya, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. Oh, wait. Now I'm getting confused. It's setting the current, but current is at this moment the node in up having the lowest up score. So came from, but came from here is an Ash. Gonna have to read this up very well. I wonder if I have it in my book. Because I do have an algorithms book laying somewhere around here. Excuse me a second. Look at this beauty. It's like 1,000 lines for algorithms. Because otherwise I'm going back to Dijkstra. I need some more properties because I don't understand everything what actually does. Like at this point, I thought, beforehand I thought that came from looked to me like an hash of distances, but I guess it isn't. So I understand it one way here and one way here. So this should be like how my path is. Yeah, but the total path pretends the current, and the current then would mean that it has to be some way related to the distance. And here I'm saving a node. What? Doesn't look like A star is here. What was GPT telling me about the came from? Each node its parent node along the most efficient known path. I'm dumb as fuck. I see, I see. So this is basically the path. Okay. That makes some sense. But this shouldn't make much difference, right? If I say chord. Yay. Came from... It would be chord. Okay, crisis averted. Oh, expected mute found chord. How about that? I guess I deref it here. One thing I'm curious about the reference in Rust, because this would be like the pointer, and when I deref it, does the compiler then move the pointer here? Explain Rust dereference to me. What happens when I deref then to something? Let's see how my boy does here. Okay, when you definitely assign a value, modify the value that the reference point is. Access the value y. The assignment updates the value x. Key concept. Custom draft rate. Common pitfalls. Yeah, it won't explain how the compiler thinks about it. Too bad. Okay, this way you can then modify the most efficient one. There you go. Now G-score is the tentative score. G-score entry nay or insert tentative score. F score entry nay or insert tentative score plus heuristic of nay. What was this? Okay, of nay and goal, so that would stay the same. All right. If neighbor not in open set add neighbor. If nay, actually, if open set doesn't contain the neighbor, oh, excuse me a second, got some cramps. BRB. All right. Hooray. So, if this is not in open set, doesn't contain the name, then we add it open set dot push nay borrowing. What do you mean heuristics never used? Bizarre. What do you mean dist is never used? Okay, what does this return? This return my path, right? So I could try. Let's do one run, be disappointed, and then raid someone. Perhaps. Yep. Let's do this. So disappointment incoming. Let path equals a star. Did they name it a start? Yes. No. So a star. There you go. And the map. Okay. So put up this way. And then goal. Actually, let's make it. Then exit say goal. Sounds better. Start goal. Son of a bitch. Very well. Lot of learning. Nothing to show for. And I'm in a Nifrit loop. Actually, kind of big of a disappointment. Tell you what, let's commit it so I can remember what happened, why was I disappointed. Oh, actually, I don't have over here anything saved, so with G commit minus M day 16 infinite loop baby, and pipe up the push. Well, very well. See, any of people that I follow is online. Parrot, no. This dude, no. Okay, let's just pick one. Well, guys, you have been a delight today. It has been lots of fun. Yeah, let's look at this guild. Doing some PHP and C#. Speaks English. Looks fair. Uses VS Code. Disgusting. Can't look at people who use VS Code. I would see you. So today is Friday. Probably won't be tomorrow, but straight up to Sunday. Thank you for the company. It has been nice, guys. See you around. Hope you have a nice day, evening, morning. See ya.